In the quiet dawns of ancient cities, before the roar of empires, before the noise of the modern world, there were voices. Voices of sages, philosophers, and teachers, men and women, who carried the torch of wisdom through the darkness of ignorance. This is the Eternal Scroll. Today, we unroll a chapter that spans continents and centuries to uncover the timeless lessons of the great sages and how they still shape our lives today. Imagine a world without smartphones, without libraries filled with millions of books, without instant answers from a search engine. Knowledge was rare, precious, and passed from one person to another like a sacred flame. To learn from a sage was not entertainment, it was survival. These teachings guided how people ruled nations, raised families, and even faced death. And yet, if we look closely, the wisdom they left behind is not locked in the past. It lives in every choice we make today. Let us begin in Athens. Over 2,400 years ago, Socrates, a man in simple robes, wandered the streets not to sell goods, but to trade questions for answers. He asked merchants about justice, he asked soldiers about courage, and he asked rulers about virtue. His famous words echo through time. The unexamined life is not worth living. But this was not just about philosophy, it was about courage. Socrates knew that questioning the powerful could cost him his life. And it did. His death was a reminder. To seek truth requires bravery, and sometimes, the price of honesty is everything. Today, in our world of headlines and hashtags, Socrates' lesson urges us to slow down to ask why. Before we say yes, across the mountains and deserts of Asia, in the kingdom of Lu, walked a man named Confucius, whom the world knows as Confucius. He lived during a time of warlords and political chaos, yet his dream was simple: a harmonious society built on respect and duty. His teaching began with the self. To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. Confucius believed that if you cannot master your own character, you cannot lead others. Imagine if every politician, CEO, and leader in our world today followed this. Perhaps our headlines would look very different. Centuries later, in the marble halls of Rome, a man sat on the throne of the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He could command armies, raise taxes, or order the construction of monuments. Yet in his private journals, he wrote not about power, but about peace. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. For Marcus, the greatest empire was not Rome, but the mind. His words are a lifeline in our own chaotic times, where we often feel powerless. We cannot control the storms outside, but we can anchor ourselves within. Socrates teaches us to live a life of questions, to challenge easy answers, and search for deeper truths. Confucius reminds us that order in the world begins with order in the self. Marcus Aurelius shows us that our greatest power lies in mastering our own thoughts. These lessons are not ancient relics. They are tools. Tools to navigate love, loss, ambition, and failure. Tools that can turn confusion into clarity, and chaos into calm. And so, as we close this chapter of the Eternal Scroll, remember, the wisdom of the past is not a museum artifact. It is alive, waiting for you to unroll it, to read it, and to live it. The next page is blank, and it is yours to write.